Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our tonight's business session. It's really my pleasure to have this session or host this session on behalf of the entire International Superstars team. Our first Zoom meeting in the year 2025, and I am super excited that we are set. We have all in place to make sure that we accomplish our dreams for this year, our targets for this year. So for the guests, those who've been invited to have a look at this opportunity for the very first time, on behalf of the people who invited you, allow me to say a big thank you for finding time to be here with us. JOSPHAT KARIUKI is my name, married to Piros Cherotich. And together we are blessed with 4 children. A brief introduction of who I am before I start the meeting. And before this opportunity, my wife was a high school teacher teaching physics and mathematics, and I was a full-time lecturer in the university where I was teaching computer science. But then, as you know, if you dare depend on employment alone, then you'll have to shelve your dreams. And after a couple of years of working with 2 pay slips, it was evident that we were not about to achieve our dreams. And so we thought, what's so bad with having an additional source of income to supplement what we were earning? By that time, I remember our income could get finished long before the month was over. So we needed something that would help us to cover the remaining days of the month. And we are talking of 14 years, going to 15 years ago. Although I'm shy to really talk about the 15 years because our guest speaker tonight, who will be coming over after I am done with the first session, has been around for almost double that period of time. So I'm so humbled to have her in this call. I don't want to introduce her right now, but I've seen she's here. I'll be introducing her later when I'm done. So my introduction tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that you can be part of us on part-time basis. You continue doing what you've been doing, but when you are free, during your spare time, that little free time, you be part of the International Superstars team, and we mentor you, we guide you on strategies of building sustainable and scalable business empire. Business that will set you financially free with the time. But to make that easy to follow, allow me to go ahead and share slides here. So our guests, make sure you follow this keenly so that you can understand the simple concept. So this is a business opportunity for those who want to achieve more out of life, those who feel that, yeah, they're doing well, but they can do much better. And they want that exotic lifestyle, that financial freedom. So this is our mission as Superstars team. And of course, the people you're seeing here, these are just captions of, some photos of the events we usually hold as a team. So our mission as Superstars team is simple: to help individuals to start their own businesses so that they can realize financial freedom, travel around the world, and enjoy a much better lifestyle. That's our mission. We cannot change the whole world at once because our bigger goal is to really change the world. But you do that one man at a time, one woman at a time. So that's why we are talking of helping individuals start their own businesses, but we don't stop it at that. We mentor you through. Now, we'll be talking about 3 aspects in our business. Very unique, very critical, very important. The first one is health. Many businesses will just teach you how to make money. But what's the point of making so much money and then you spend all that money in 5-star hospitals? It's a bit logic. So we'll talk of health. How do you perfect your health so that, and remember, prevention is better than cure, by the way. And then build wealth. We don't want you to be rich. We want you to be wealthy. There is a difference. That's for another day. And number 3, travel around the world with us. Enjoy lifestyle with us. Life is for enjoying, not struggling. So when it comes to income, because that's the major part or component of this presentation, we believe in what Jim Rohn also says, this philosophy, that it's, your income is directly related to your way of thinking. That's the philosophy, your perception about success, income, money, all that, and not the economy. That's why you see, ladies and gentlemen, while people are complaining of economy, how bad it is, we still have people who are really thriving within the same economy. For example, here in Nairobi, Kenya, we have people who are really complaining. They have become professional complainers. But we also have people who are really thriving. They are driving whatever the machine they want. They live where they want to live. They travel around the world. So that is it. It's about your philosophy. And now I pray that this year, 2025, we are going to approach it with a very positive philosophy of, how we can grow our own economies as individuals. Okay. So now let me go ahead and mention something about the health first. Would you agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that your health is your greatest wealth? Would you agree with me? 14, 15 years ago when I came over, this didn't really click, but today I appreciate this big time, that my health is my greatest wealth. And I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that you're only one step away, or one illness, let me put it that way, you're only one illness away from poverty. What do I mean? If cancer hits you today, in the next few months, you might move from being a millionaire to being a poor person. So let's take that very seriously. Now, health is affected by rest, that is sleep, exercise, and diet. For today, I just want to focus on diet and mention that every bite you take, I know this will offend us because we've come from Christmas, the New Year celebrations, but every bite you take is either fighting disease or feeding disease. How many of us around 25th of last month really fed disease or created a very good atmosphere for disease? Now, the one that looks yuck, as my children would call it, fights disease. The one that looks yummy feeds disease. In fact, the one that looks yummy here is one of the foods that cancer loves most. Those who may want to really excite their cancer cells in their bodies. Now, that's on a light note. I know no one would want that. Now, One Health Organization, fortunately, guides us on how we can eat and we perfect our health even in many years to come. Do exercises, manage your weight. Then take whole grains, not refined ones, whole grains. Take fruits and vegetables to boost your immunity. As I go up, I'm reducing on the quantities, and you can see that. Reduce on protein, don't take so much meat. Do away with fats and sugars. If you cannot, take very little. Unfortunately, we do like this young lady here who is smiling all the way to the grave. We have inverted the triangle so that we do less of what we should do more, and we do more of what we should do less, knowingly. What is the effect of that? Our cells become very unhealthy. You are as healthy as your cells, brethren. Now, when you eat in the inverted triangle, as I've shown you, then your cell is like this. The cell membrane is hard and not permeable. So nutrients cannot go in and waste cannot go out. But if you were eating in the healthy way that we looked at first, according to World Health Organization, then your cell membrane would be soft and permeable so that nutrients would be going in and waste would be going out. That's how it should be. Now, when it is unhealthy like this first cell here, what is the impact? All chronic diseases will be finding their way to your body, all those chronic diseases. And they are cousins, they are relatives. You get cancer, diabetes is around the corner, high blood pressure comes in, stroke follows shortly after that. They are so friendly, they go together. So you better shut the door for all of them. Now, all is not lost. as Superstars team, we've partnered with a company that for the last 66 years has been very keen on fighting chronic diseases effectively. So we've partnered with that company by the name Neolife International, founded by our good friend here, Jerry Brasfield in US, California. The lady there is the daughter who is the current CEO of Neolife. So Neolife is our partner. It has been there for 66 years from 1958 in US when it was founded in US. And it has spread to so many countries, including Kenya, where I am seated in 1996. For some of you, you are in other countries. Perhaps it is in your place. We will find out. 57 countries currently. Why has the company been there for all these years? Because of these strong values. Quickly, I mentioned them. Very, very important values that we should uphold in everything we do in life. Number one, honesty and integrity. Whatever you do, even if it's in the night, is that which you would be excited to read in the newspapers tomorrow. Honesty and integrity. Number two, people are number one. Can I give you a secret to building sustainable businesses? Don't look for money. Just target impacting people's lives, solving people's problems. Focus on people. Simple. Zig Ziglar says you can have everything you want in life if you help enough people to get what they want in life. Products that work, not just products for commercial purpose, but products that really work. They solve the problems they were intended to solve. And that's why we have this body of scientists here. We call that the Scientific Advisory Board for Neolife, founded by the late Dr. Arthur Fast, who was the founder of cancer chemotherapy. So we are talking of that high-level scientists. They do research on these products to make sure that they are best in nature and backed by science. Isn't that amazing? For the scholars in the house, we want to deal with things that are scientifically researched, not just whatever people from the corridors around there tells us that they are okay and they have not been researched scientifically. So then equal opportunity for all professors, those who are not very highly educated, people from rich backgrounds, from the challenged background. As long as you have a dream that you want to accomplish, then this is your opportunity. And finally, long-range vision. It's a business that we are looking at the next 30 years, 50 years, not short-term like it happens in many businesses out there. So that's why the company has been there for all these years. And allow me now at this point to show you the kind of products that the company Neolife provides us as Superstars team, and we're able to use those products to build very sustainable businesses. I'll start by mentioning the number one product, a very unique product. You may want to ask, why single out on this one? It's called TRNN, and its purpose is to rectify our unhealthy cell so that it's now healthy. And that is what you should always start with, opening your cells so that all the nutrition you take is going into the cells and waste and toxins are eliminated from the cells. And that is what TRNN does. As a matter of fact, when you take this TRNN, because it has lipins and sterols, which are very important for feeding cells, your cell now is able to absorb nutrients in an optimal manner, and you have increased energy. I love that. I take TRNN every morning, and by evening, I have as much energy as I had in the morning. Then you have optimal cellular health. And finally, enhanced vitality regardless of your age. That is very critical. So that is what TRNN does. It moves yourself from this state of unhealthy cell to this healthy cell. But allow me also to mention a couple of other products, actually categories. I will not go into details because we have other sessions that we can invite you to learn about each and every product. There are more than 100 different products. For now, just to give you a feel of what kind of products we have. Now, we have a wide range of products that we call health supplements. What that means is we have products that are meant to take care of our dietary gaps. Those who are keen on their health, you know that we must fill in the dietary gaps. You didn't take the fruits and vegetables that you should take, then you have carotenoid complex. You didn't take the right proteins, then we have omega-3 salmon plus, we have Neolife shake, and so on and so forth. You want to supplement calcium levels, especially for ladies, we have gelatin calcium. I'm just mentioning a few. Then we have another category called herbals, herb alternatives. Allow me to mention only two. Feminine herbal for ladies. Today, one lady was asking us, what would happen if I take masculine herbal for men? Let me not repeat the answer that I gave. But feminine herbal is purely for ladies to fine-tune their hormones so that a lady will not have the hormonal-related challenges, like some are not able to conceive, they're not able to get children, others have painful menses, others have very, very unpredictable mood swings. Excited in the morning, but don't dare get close to them by midday. I mean, and it's not them, it's the hormonal imbalance. And not forgetting the cancers that come as a result of hormonal imbalance. Ovarian cancer, prostate cancer, I mean, not prostate, that's for men. Ovarian cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancers, and so on and so forth. But for men, we have masculine herbal. They are not left behind. Masculine herbal is for men to fine-tune our hormones as men so that a man remains a man. And also to protect ourselves against prostate cancer and all the other challenges. Moving on, of course, the juice there is very good for your stomach, digestion, gases in the stomach and all that accumulation and so on and so forth. Then we have weight management products for those who want to manage their weight, either to increase or to reduce. We'll teach you how you use them for the specific purpose. We have cleaning detergents, organic, golden home care in your house. Please don't use chemicals. You bathe with chemicals, they get into your body through the skin. You wash your clothes with chemicals. When you sweat, you absorb the chemicals into your body. And people are asking, why are we having so many cancers even when we eat the right way? But through the skin, you're absorbing all the chemicals. Let's use these organic ones. And they are cheaper. They are more economical. Members in the call will tell you that you're able to save a lot of money by, for example, using LDC, which replaces all the other soaps from your house. One way of making money is saving money. Now, the other category is organic nutrients or skincare. Those who want to look younger for longer and, retain a very youthful skin, then use this organic ones instead of the chemicals that people put on their skins. And finally, and this is great news for every single person in the call, we have the one and only Super Grow, a farm care product that we are using to build very, very dynamic businesses all over the world, because every farmer needs to use the Super Grow. It's a foliar, it's a crop booster, very economical, the most economical in the market. 1 liter you mix with 1,000 liters of water, and it will literally triple your yields. We have very exciting testimonies of people who are using the Super Grow. So if there's a product you can use to build a very sustainable business, it's Super Grow, because we have so many people who are farming. For most countries, it is the backbone of their economies. So you can never go wrong with that Super Grow. But remember, we have sessions to train you on all these products. For now, I just wanted to mention the kind of products we have, so that you appreciate as we build the business now in this session. Then we are relying on products that are very high quality and reliable. All right. So can we now get into the core of our presentation tonight? And that is, how do you achieve financial and lifestyle success? I'm so happy that we are doing this session at the very beginning of the year, so that by around mid of the year, June, and latest by end of the year, none of us in this call will be complaining of economy, unless by choice. And if you are doing very well, use this concept to empower other people out there so that they can also do as well. Financial and lifestyle success. This is what made me to be part of this team. Why? I told you I was a full-time lecturer in the university. Very hardworking. I mean, honest. But then I was in a rat race, working very hard every single month, but never getting anywhere close to my dream. So it was a divine connection anyway, because someone visited me in my house and shared what I want to share with you. And 14 years, 15 years ago, I started the journey never to look back. Today, I'm no longer teaching the university. My wife is no longer teaching with the TSC, the body that employs teachers for the government. We are financially free, enjoying lifestyle, taking our children to international schools, driving whatever the machines we want. And that should inspire someone in the call who has such dreams this year. So our starting point is this. Are these some of your dreams that you want to earn additional income so that at least you can have an income that, or rather, the month can get finished before your income? That's a better problem than having the problem of money is getting finished before the month. Now, the other dreams here revolve around money anyway. You want to drive this kind of a machine, you need some good money. You want to travel around the world, you can see Rose Omolo in the call and Mildred Amolo, people who really enjoy sharing with us that they don't believe in arriving in destinations. They believe in landing. Landing means you are coming from there. But then will you do that without some good money? Look at that house there, a house on top of another. You need some good money for you to achieve this. These were some of the dreams that I had. Thanks be to God. Through this opportunity, I was able to achieve all of them. But now, the second thing to think about, to ponder about is this. Where are you in this cash flow quadrant? Because it is obvious some of these quadrants will never take you very far. You'll be revolving around the same financial level. Are you an employee? Just depending on someone to pay you what they want, not what you want. Then I'm sorry, that's a good starting point, but not a destination. I started in that quadrant as an employee. Are you self-employed, having a small business that ties you without you being there, the business doesn't grow? Then that is not a business that will set you financially free. Those are on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, we have big business builders, people who start big businesses and they work with the systems. Working with a system means even when you are asleep, you can make money. And I want to tell you this, if you cannot make money when you are asleep, you'll work until you die. That is for a fact. And when you are a big business builder, friends, you become an investor. You're able to invest money. Now, the beauty of being an investor is that you don't work for money. Money works for you. How many of us in the call, you don't have to raise your hands, but in your heart, maybe you can respond. Want to move from the left-hand side to the right-hand side and say bye-bye to those financial struggles, always complaining of the economy. One borrows you some 30,000 shillings and you tell them you should have come yesterday. Always, they should have come yesterday. Anyway, all of us want to cross over. Let me show you how you do that. Very simple. Use Superstars team strategy and mentorship and Neolife's high quality products, that partnership, and you become an instant entrepreneur. You start earning additional income, receive your income, become your own boss. You don't have to work under someone else's hours, but your own set hours. Not much risk. You only need very little capital, as I'll show you in the next slide. You are provided with a digital office suite. You can be able to operate from your house as long as you have an electronic gadget. And you enjoy lots of incentives, travel, cash bonuses, and you are part of a transformative community, Superstars International, and on a mission to end the trend of poor health and financial stress. Isn't that an amazing place to be? So how do you then be part of us? Simple. Now, it is you directly connected to Neolife International. All of us, we are part of Superstars team, but individually, we are all connected to Neolife International because there's Neolife that provides you with a, your license, and not only license, the products, you'll be using their products. So you need to connect directly with them. Now, you need only 9,200 Kenya shillings, that's less than 72 US dollars. I know we have many countries represented here. And that money, whatever the amount of money you've paid, comes back to you. Then the company gives you a kit that you'll be using to build your own business. An international license. Do you remember we are in 57 countries? And you're given literature materials so that you can be able to really understand the business more. We'll take you through the literatures. You are given your own website. And an amazing thing here, a whole 120 capsules of the #1 product. That is TriNN. 120 capsules. That's for more than a month, taking 3 capsules a day. By the way, every product is assigned points. So that end of the month, you'll be paying from the total points that you have. So what you should be asking yourself and asking us is, how can I maximize on the points? PV means point values, so that you can maximize on a bonus. Remember, we are in different countries with different currencies, so we need a standardization. So this is our sort of currency, point value. And free delivery anywhere in the country as long as Neolife is in your country. However, we encourage you, instead of starting with 9,200, you get 1 TriNN, you could start with 3 TriNNs. Now, one would expect 3 TriNN option to be 9,200 times 3, which would be 27,600. But the good news is you only need 17,420, and you have triple the points and triple products. Okay, so this is the better option, unless your pocket doesn't really allow. But as much as possible, take advantage of this much better option. Now, let me take you through what you do so that you can now build a sustainable business. We call this daily success habits. The things we do, simple ones. Number 1, use the products. Move from using other people's products there to using your own. Remember, you and Neolife are partners. You are one. So use your own products. Showering, don't go bathing with other soaps from there and you're not earning. That would be ridiculous. I mean, whatever it is, if it's tea, use Neolife tea and so on and so forth. Everything you buy has points. Number 2, for those who are not members, be kind enough to share with them the product. Sell to them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with helping them with the product. I'm not a farmer, but I have helped so many farmers to access the super group. But it's not in vain. Every time I do that, I get points and I get huge profits. Profits are better than wages. But now number 2B is the big one if you want to earn or receive your income. Money that you'll be earning even when you are asleep. Build a network, a team of other like-minded people. When you build a team of other people, and we guide you on that, then you'll not be paid from your own business, but from what they do. All of them. Someone buys something, you are paid. Because were it not for you, they wouldn't be buying. So you earn massive points. But before I illustrate that number 2B, allow me to now mention the last one. They are trained. Attend the trainings. We have many trainings, virtual and physical, so that you gain the skills and personal development. Now, let me wind up by showing you what we call 3 steps model to director. Hope you're with me, ladies and gentlemen. If you're with me, please, on the chat, you could chat there, following. You could just chat down there, following, so that I know you are following me. I mean, I don't want to talk to a few of us and lose out on any one of us. Thank you. I can see people are following. Thank you so much. Now, this is the last and very important part of our presentation, an illustration of how the business works. So, 3 steps. Step 1 is where you've just joined with 1 or 2 points, that is 70,420 Kenya shillings, 3 TNNs, and you have brought on board 3 or 4 other dreamers like you, people who believe they can be better than they are, they can earn more than they are worth more than they are earning today. Mary, Jane, Peter, Joe, they've joined you. Now, look at this. When the company is paying you, they will not pay you from your 1 or 2 points, but the 510 points, the entire network. Is that not working smart? Do you understand now how millionaires become millionaires? Leveraging on numbers. Now, that is 510 points. Anything 500 and above, you are called a manager. You are taking home a small amount, 5,000 Kenya shillings or 50 US dollars. Minimum, it can go to double, 3 times of that. But appreciate these humble beginnings. The second step is where you duplicate that so that you were the manager last month. Now, this month, you have helped Mary, Jane, Peter, Joe to be the managers, each with more than 500 points. Now, the total is 2,500 points, but with only 1,000 points, you are called a senior manager, earning 10,000 plus, 100 US dollars plus. And when it is 2,000 points plus, like it is in that structure, you are called an executive manager, earning in excess of 25,000 Kenya shillings. We have so many executive managers here. That's step 2. Now, step 3, we duplicate that. We help Mary, Jane, Peter, Joe to be senior managers and others executive managers. So that is like over 12,000 points. If you duplicate that, it becomes over 12,000 points. But with only 4,000 points, and Achola, please stop drawing on my screen, I request. With only 4,000 points, you are called a director. As a director, you are earning close to 6 figures. Is that not amazing? And we start taking you to 5-star hotels for lifestyle as the team leaders, free of charge. And you know what? Now, as a director, your work is simple. By the way, this is the simplest now. Just help the people you are bringing on board to become directors. With 1 director, you are called a sapphire director. Earning over 100,000 Kenya shillings, that's 1,000 US dollars plus. And you start now international travels. With the 3 directors, you are called a Ruby director, earning in excess of 200,000 Kenya shillings. And with 6 directors, you're called a president team member, earning in excess of 500,000 every single month. And you know what? Before I even invite and welcome on board our guest speaker, I must say this, it's possible. If I were you, I would jot down there a very prophetic word. It's possible. It's possible. Piaros and I, my wife and I, we started from down there distributor, just joining. And in a record 2 years, 11 months, we were already president team members. That's why I'm saying with authority that it is possible. Our first bonus as president team members was not even 500,000. It was 7,000 US dollars. That's over 700,000 Kenya shillings. So it is possible. It is possible. Thank you for those who are confessing it's possible. And you know, you can see the kind of now transformations we are talking about. From an employee there to this kind of success. That's our second home. We came in when we were paying rent. Now we are not paying rent, we are collecting rent. That's one of our machines, the latest shape of Land Cruiser. These kids are in international schools. That's where my wife was brought up. This is the house we were able to build for my in-laws. Okay. And you are joining the best team, the superstars team. You can see the founder himself recognizing us for that. We are very humbled. And to our guests, welcome to the best team in your life world. Lifestyle and travel, you'll enjoy this. That's local lifestyle. You can see our directors enjoying in 5-star hotels, Olesereni Emara, Sarova Stanley. Look at that, Olesereni Emara, fun. These people are they not excited? Look at that dinner the other day at Sarova Stanley at the heart of Nairobi. Everything paid for you to just have fun. Look at all this. That's why we take you in a gold-coated hotel when you become a Ruby director. Look at all this. We've been traveling around the world. 2012, Victoria Falls. 2013, Dubai. 2014, climbing to the top of the tallest building, Burj Khalifa there. 2015, the Palace of the Lost City in Sun Cities. 2016, Obai, George in South Africa. All these are paid for by Neolife International. These are incentives. And all these are superstars, team leaders enjoying life like that. Cape Town in 2017, Abu Dhabi, 3 good flights. 2018, Abu Dhabi. 2018, Mauritius. 2018, Mexico, Los Cabos. You can see us in all these lifestyle events. 2019, before COVID, Abu Dhabi again with lots of cash incentives. Is this not what we want? Last year, the year that has just ended, you can see my wife and I there in Mauritius from 11th of May. Last year we were there, and the CEO, Kendra Brasfield, there. This year that we've just started, we are on our way to Cape Town from 22nd of May. All expenses are already fully paid, and we are only saying everything starts with starting. So once our guest speaker is done, just get on board. For those who are in Kenya, the pay bill is right there. Pay directly to the company. You can screenshot that pay bill there. Get started tonight. And what a good, sweet way of starting the year. Those who are out there in other countries, the person who invited you will share with you the methods for paying so that you can register and be part of the great team, International Superstars. It is at this time, ladies and gentlemen, with a lot of humility, that I want to bring on stage a lady that I heard of her success 15 years ago, and I decided I'm going to pursue this business wholeheartedly. Listen to her success story and do as she tells you, and your life will never ever be the same again. Margaret AMULAVU, one of our top leaders in the country and in Africa, and the reason why most of us are celebrating success. Take it away, Margaret, if you can hear me.
Thank you, KARIUKI. I have heard you well, and congratulations, Superstar, for starting the year right at the start of the week. You know, some people are still on holiday, so congratulations for just taking it all up from the very beginning. As KARIUKI has rightly said, I'm Margaret AMULAVU. I am based in Nairobi, Kenya. Before this business, I worked for an international bank. And after working for this bank for 8.5 years, I actually chose to resign. And I now realize it's actually 29 years since I resigned from the bank. And I know people would wonder, how can you leave a bank job? And I was not in an ordinary bank. I was in the top banks. There were 2 banks at the time I was in the bank. And if you're in one of those 2 banks, you are really something. The reason I resigned is because one day we came home and our son was 3 years then, and he was telling every neighbor that his mother doesn't come home, which was true, because the earliest I got home was midnight. We were in the time of transition, moving from manual records to computer. So I had found myself doing a job of 5 people. So the earliest I ever got home was actually midnight. And they made it comfortable. They bought me dinner, paid me overtime. So I was earning like 3 times my salary. And then if you work till midnight, you're given a cab to go home. So really, it was really comfortable. But just the thought that my son at 3 years thinks his mother doesn't come home, that was worrisome. He hadn't actually seen me 3 days. I come when he's asleep. I leave when he's asleep. The other thing, I do come from a very, very mixed background. And my father is a Kenyan. My mother is a Malawian. Then I'm married to Charles, who comes from a different part of Kenya from my dad. And I just thought if my in-laws had this story of this girl who comes home after midnight, they would actually know it is true, because a 3-year-old can't lie. And so with the story of my son and my mixed background, I said, you know what, I think I value my family life more. And I told myself I can put my career on hold, but I cannot put my children's growth on hold. And I knew at an early age that what I leave in my children is more important than what I leave for them. And with that, when we got a second child 2 years after that, I did resign. And at the time I resigned, I must tell you, it was not convenient. You know, sometimes you want to do things when it is convenient. The right time is when you decide it's the right time. Every time is the right time as long as you decide. So the right time is even now, if you're looking at this opportunity for the very first time. But one of the things I never regret having gone to the bank is where I met my husband, Charles Masheti AMULAVU, and a very amazing and wonderful person. If there's anything I ever made a good decision was to marry him, and the second best decision was to leave the bank. Why I say that, when I left the bank, I didn't warn him. We had 2 children. My son was then 5 years. And we had a small baby who was 6 months. We had a loan, we had a mortgage for the house, we had a car loan. Our son was going to school and I had a 6-month-old baby. And recently, actually remembered, actually had taken a shamba loan. So I left this guy with a lot of financial commitments. And you see, I didn't warn him. An ordinary Kenyan man would have actually kicked me out, because that now is umekaliwa. You know, in the Kenyan, you say mwanaume amekaliwa. How do you do all those things and still survive? But I remember that writing my resignation letter at 3 o'clock, 1996, 30th September, I said, you know, I'm done. And the only thing I left that bank with was a handbag. And to date, I have never gone back to that desk. I actually do not know what I left. I left and I left, as in I knew what I wanted. The long and short is that a year after I left the bank, I was introduced to this business. I was looking for something to do. I was at home, a bit frustrated. I'm happy I'm with my children, but I'm frustrated because when Charles and I met in the bank, I was already working. So there are some financial decisions I couldn't make. I remember even having to, like, I couldn't do my hair the way I wanted. I couldn't buy clothes when I wanted to, because now I'd become a person who is dependent on another one. And I must say, when you're over 18 and you're dependent on another human being, I think it doesn't feel very nice. And so for me, this business was an answer to prayer. I am born again, and I told the Lord I want two things: a business I can do from the house, and that doesn't cost more than 15,000 Kenya shillings. 15,000 because that was the amount that I had in the cooperative bank, not even in my account. You know, one of the lies that people don't know is that bankers are probably the most broke people. The only thing is that we borrow from inside. I think we're the biggest borrowers. And I can tell you that the most amount of money I ever had in a savings account was 20 shillings. But 20 shillings in 1996 was really something. And so you can imagine, I've left the bank after 8.5 years. I have no saving, I have no nothing. But the 15,000 was in a cooperative. So when I was invited to this business, what appealed to me, I didn't even understand much. The thing I understood is that their products. Number two, I understood that I had nothing to lose. And I remember the presenter of the day was even a pastor, and he said, if you don't try, you will cry. And I said, oh my God, I better try, because I don't want to cry. And though I didn't understand much, I understood that it's about people and about products. The bit about products really bothered me a little bit, because I'd never sold anything in my life. Those people who are good and sharp in school, and I knew you work hard, get a good job, and the bank job was a good job. So I'd never sold anything. And so when I saw products, I thought, I'm going to be a hawker. I don't know how to talk. And you know, when you're saying that I don't know how to talk, you're already talking, but you're saying I don't know how to talk. But the lady who introduced me said, you'll be trained, you'll be taught, as long as I'll be available and make a commitment. And I remember my formative years, I didn't have a mentor directly here, because the lady who introduced me was like a week or two joining. Then she brought me in, and she didn't seem to understand. But we had the part that Kariuki has talked about, the literature. And I remember I used to wake up at 5 o'clock to just read, because I had to succeed. I was fed up of asking for money. You know, you get to a stage where you don't want to look at the right side of the menu, you want to look at the left. I know many of us look at the right, where you look at the price, then you come across to the left to see what is this. Now we are saying you're eating prices, you're not eating money. You know, I got to a point where you wear clothes according to your pocket, not your size, because you're saying it after 1,000. I was fed up of those kind of things. I was just fed up of the idea that I live 365 days in a year and I'm earning only 12 times a month. Yeah, I mean, if you're employed, you only pay that at the end of the month, but every day you're spending. So for me, I started reading. And because of that reading, I became very, very good with the products, because I had to sell. I just had to sell. I needed the money and I needed it badly. And I was not going to give an excuse. And so I can tell you that through that reading, I became very good with the products. I think if I explain to you the products, you'll actually buy them. Somebody actually told me that you can actually sell a fridge to an Eskimo, though they're in the cold, they can actually buy one not knowing they're there. But for me, I think it is because I used the products and they made a big difference in my life. I used the products. I wasn't very sure of the skincare and the health, because one, I was not sick. I was below 29. Skin had seen too many people who are looking like Coca-Cola on the face and Fanta on the neck. And so I knew that all skin products are dangerous. The supplements look like medicine. And because they said different professionals could join, so I understood that if you are an ordinary person, you sell the cleaning. If you like skincare, you're a dermatologist, come and sell the skincare. If you're a doctor, you do the supplements. That, for me, that's what I understood. So I became very good with the cleaning products. And to date, I can assure you, 28 years later, you will not, I repeat, you will not find a competitor product in my house. It cannot happen. It can just not happen. In fact, I remember in the earlier years, because when I came for the presentation, I didn't come with Charles, because me, I'm the one who needed the business. And though I put him as a partner, I didn't come with him the presentation. And I remember one day the G1 laundry running out. And the shirts were not cleaned. And he's saying, clean the shirts. I said, I can't. You buy the laundry soap. He's saying it's expensive. Then he said, but you can just go and buy just the bar soap and you wash. So I said, you buy and bring, I wash. I tell you, when he bought and I washed, he wore one shirt and said that they had a bad fragrance. I said, but you said I wash with this bar soap. And that was the end of it. 28 years, I can tell you, I have no competitor product in this house. I use the cleaning products, I use the skincare, even my own shampoo and conditioner. I even go to the salon with shampoo and conditioner. Aloe vera gel always in my handbag. LDC always in my bag, because I cannot go and wash my hands, even in the best hotels in the world, with another product. I cannot. In the bathroom, you'll find shower gel or PCC. We keep on changing because we just love how these products work. And you know, you need to use the products until you become a product of the products. You can imagine if you're saying that we've got a good weight management program, but you look like you're the one who actually needs it. You know, you can't be looking like the one who needs the thing that you're actually talking about. So use them until you become a product of the product. And I can tell you for sure, these products have made a difference in my life. I turned 58 this year. I am feeling nothing. I am not on one tablet. I don't know pressure. I don't know diabetes. I don't know. I eat supplements, sleep, and exercise. That's all I do. And I can tell you, I feel amazing. I feel really nice. I mean, the other day, when was it? The day before yesterday, I went swimming with my daughter, who's I'm 35 years older than her, because I lost my second child, unfortunately, and I got another one after. And so I go swimming with her. Can you imagine, at my age, 58? Watu wa hii miaka wanaandikwa kwa jua. In Kenya, 50-year-olds wanaandikwa kwa jua so that they can at least get some sunlight. Can you imagine? So at this age, I'm actually feeling like my life has started. In fact, I told somebody my career now, from now on, because I've finished educating these children, sasa mimi, my next name is Margaret Tembea, because I'm all over the world. An example, this year, last year, I'd actually been to 5 countries. By the end of last year, I'd already been to 5. Not even one was only the one. One was, of course, Tanzania and New Life Function, but I did my own another 4. I don't know where you have been in all these years. You know, some people have got an ID of where they were born. In fact, some people have got only two documents, an ID and a birth certificate, because they went to school in that village, they got married in that village, they're doing business in that village. When will you ever move to these other places? Even at us, get to the next county. I don't know which county you come from. We have 47. How many have you been to you yourself before you even go to the neighbors? So this business can transform and make your life something. The products are excellent. The products will sell themselves because they do the work. Yours is just to explain. The products will sell themselves. They are just a wow. Because one of the things about these products, when you give somebody, if they call you, they're giving you a good report, or they're referring somebody, or they want another one. Are there products you buy, and if somebody calls you, you actually do not want to pick the phone because you don't know what they're going to tell you? I have used them for the last 28 years, and I can tell you I feel and look good. The last one that I really did that was major, around COVID time, I became 97 kilos and I was looking terrible. In fact, that picture that is before and after, which I hope to share after this, I wish I had it here, I would have shared. I look like my husband's mother. In fact, I told him people will be asking, when is your mother going home? I look so terrible. Actually, in that picture, I have cut him off because he looks like, yani huyu ni mama yake, amekuja kumtembelea, anatakiwa aende home. I tell you, through the weight management program, I lost a whole 35 kilos. I moved from size 22 to actually size 12 in a year. So me, I can tell you these products work. Me, I tell people I sell results. I don't sell products because they are just a wow. So use these products. So if you're a distributor on this call and you're still having competitor products, you have a problem, because it means you believe you can fund somebody else's business. You don't care for yourself enough to use quality products that are natural, that save you time, money, and energy. Because if you can't just take care of yourself, who will? I don't know who will. So love yourself enough to use a quality product. And you see, you're only on this earth for a period of time. So these products work without a doubt. So remove the story of the products that they work. The issue is actually you. Are you going to allow the products to work on you? You know, in the years we joined, we were only seeing white people, and we have this idea that white people can do it and us, we can't. I can tell you one of the things that I really appreciate, not that I've got any bias against white people. I love being an African. Why? We are the only people in the world they cannot confuse where we come from. From our ngozi to our hair to our skin, they cannot get confused. When we see the white person, we don't know whether they're Japanese, they're German, they are what? I don't know. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because one of my relatives, actually a direct relative, a brother of mine, is married to a Spaniard. I told you I come from a mixed background. In fact, the last trip we did in Tanzania last year in October, I actually went earlier, I went before the Kenyan team. And I was in Tanzania earlier because though my mother is Malawian, I've got cousins married in Tanzania. And I was shocked now when I went this time round. I found I actually have relatives in another 4 countries. I've got an auntie whom I'm named after this Margaret name. She's married in Zambia. Then I've got another relative in Rwanda and another one in Burundi. I actually came back and my daughter said, so Mami, what more did you find? I said, Angie, I am so confused because now I feel like now I belong to the whole world. So I have nothing against white. So one of my brothers married to a Spaniard, another one to a South African. So are you seeing how mixed we are? So this is a business that is on another level. You become international. So you can earn currency in money in different currencies. And I can tell you, the dollar looks good when you earn it in Kenya, not in the US. In the US, you earn $1 and spend $1. In Kenya, you earn $1 and spend cents. So it only makes sense when you're here. So don't be cheated those stories of going to do things there. If you can't make it here, you won't make it there. Do you know why? The problem is in between your ears. It is actually you. You are the problem. And you see, you take yourself with you there. You cannot leave yourself here and go there. So if it's not already not working here, please don't, it's not the location, you are the problem. So changing location will not change anything. You know, we say that a donkey crossing the river does not make it a horse, because some of us are trying to think the grass is greener on the other side. In Africa, where we have the challenges, where the most challenges are where opportunities are, because we should be solution-based. The other thing I want to say, that if you're a guest on this call, excellent, well done. In fact, congratulations, but you know what? Today should not end before you get started. In fact, I should be saying the last sentence. In fact, by now you should be asking the person who invited you to start off. There is no business that is as good as this business. In terms of Shida, like now, when people are getting retrenched, is our time to move on. You know why? Everybody now wants an opportunity. And those customers who are saying the products are a bit highly, recruit them and tell them they can buy at wholesale and do business and make profits and buy for themselves the products. And then when the good times come, you've got more money and you can buy more product. Now, which other business is there that works with the inflation? When we joined the business, a director used to earn 24,000 Kenya shillings. Now a director is making 100,000. So it is a business that catches up with inflation. I don't know whether you can go to your boss at sasa fare imepanda, economy imechange, niongezee pesa, there isn't. And I can tell you, traveling changes your mind. I was counting the other day, and I realized I think I've been to 10 countries in the world. And I was like, wow, I've made it a goal. Me, even 10 is not Aitoshi. Me, I've decided that before I leave this world, I must go to at least 80 countries and 1,000 cities. So the cities I'm really somewhere, and I'm adding. Now, me, I don't know which cities you're going to and how you're going to go, because most of us, the problem is we don't know where to go to do what with who. So New Life gives you a reason to go with people who are of your like mind. And I want something that even if you don't start, remember, time is going to go on. It will not stop because you're not starting. And I can tell you, you need this opportunity if your life is ever going to change, because there are things that you need to change. If anything is going to change, you have to change. Some of us are waiting for somebody else to change. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. So if you're a guest on this platform, and you are saying, I think I can do a better thing. I think I don't want my only sign that I lived is the tombstone, where it is written, Margaret born in 1967, died in 2002. Then that is that dash. What is that dash going to be? So are you going to be a statistic or somebody? You know, when you go to South Africa, there are so many monuments of Mandela. And even small kids who never knew him, they call him Madiba, they know him. You even, maybe your next door neighbor doesn't know you because you have not done anything. You know, the things that you do for yourself, you die. When you die with them. But things that you do for other people, they outlive you. So can you decide that you want to leave a legacy that long after you are gone, some people will still be remembering your name? I don't know who still has your name. I want people to have stories that one day when Margaret talked, you know, I've become a story, like I'm in karaoke story. And somebody else will say, Margaret, can you imagine how many stories because I'm in this opportunity? I don't think if I was in the bank counting coins and getting debts, I would have been there. So if you're a guest, I want to tell you this is the right time. When the year starts, start with it. And don't be those people of saying, I'm going to think about it. You're going to think about it and think about it until you're not thinking about it. Others are analysts. They analyze until they get paralyzed. Don't get into that thing. And then consult the people who are successful. I don't know how a guy who drives a bicycle, you want to consult a person who drives a bicycle if they can drive a car. They'll tell you, no, there were so many accidents. Or some people say, until now they can't use a plane because a plane causes an accident. Let me tell you, a plane is the safest. In 10 years is when an accident that a plane causes. Those accidents a plane causes in 10 years, they are caused every year by a car. So which is safer? a plane. But because you want to show us that a plane is dangerous, it can fall, where to ambie to you cannot afford. And then stop being a commoner. This thing of having holidays when everybody has 25th, 26th public holiday, first public holiday. Now you want to be public. Don't you think you should have a personal one? Me, my holiday will start around 15th to 30th of January. When you have all come back and things have become expensive, when the hotels are better, there are fewer people, the food is quality. In fact, they're looking for me. I don't know what you want to do. If you're that kind of a person and saying there are better things in life, I think I'm more worthwhile. I think I love myself and I want to leave a legacy. I don't want to wear clothes because that is what I can have. I want to change food when I want to change. I want to be able to travel when I want to travel. I want to be able to make a call and then start driving cars according to destination. Ni story ya kukua na gari moja from January to December. Ukienda Ushago ni yako ka Toyota. Ukienda wapi, there are some places that kaka cannot manage. So you need to drive a car according to destination. So can you make up your mind what kind of life you want to live? And I want to say this, that God gave you two ends, one to think with and one to sit on. The end you use the most will determine how far you go. I've actually changed now. You can see I have a coffee. This one is that I'm going to be a queen now. That is my next step, that I am not going to live ordinary life. So if you want to be ordinary, shauri yako weka huko. Us, we don't want to be ordinary. We want to be extraordinary. And they say the only difference between ordinary and extra is that little extra. I don't know if you want it. If you want it, this call the person who invited you, tell them I'm starting right now, because they will hit the iron when it is still hot. Tomorrow will be too late. The opportunity is here and now. So make up your mind, because if you don't make up your mind, you're going to be somebody else's dream and life. I can tell you many stories. We drive good cars. We live, I told you I'm Mama Tembea. Now this last year I was to 5 countries. I've already got my plan for this year because nimemaliza kulea watoto. So hii pesa sasa natengeneza ni for Charles and I to tembee. You know, can you imagine if I start telling you stories of some places I've been to, like Cape Town? Oh my God, I should tell you a little bit because I was there in 2007. You use what are called cable cars, things you travel over the ocean. They are called cable cars. Then there are table mountains. Tables, a place you go to the mountain and there's a table you can eat from. And then there's a place where the two oceans meet. The two oceans one has got green water and another one clear water. They are oceans, but the waters don't mix. Why? One is salty and one is clear. So you now, if you don't go, now that's the nearest you'll have gotten to those places is the geography you read. Can you make that geography real by going to the actual places and seeing where they called Vasco da Gama, went to the Cape of Good Hope? Now, Good Hope, you are reading in a book, I don't know. I think you need to do something. If you have not made up your mind about this business, something is not okay with you. And then finally, if you decide that this business is not for you, please take our products, because you need to be alive for whatever thing you're doing, because diseases are coming. And you can either take food as medicine or take medicine as food. We are telling you take food as medicine now. So whether you take it or not, remember that time is going and you're still going to get sick. So you better prevent it. So thank you so much for having me on this call. I appreciate. And I just want to tell you, let's see each other on the beaches of the world, and the distributors, let's get on. This is our year. We cannot afford to sleep. We cannot afford to sleep. Somebody said, if you cannot make money when you're sleeping, you will work for the rest of your life. So this is the only opportunity. If you have a team in the US like I do, when we're now going to sleep, they're going to be awake and I'll be making dollars as I sleep. Which other business do you know? And you see, you're only talking. Kuongea, you only need mate, na mate ikisha kunywa maji. Nani, Mariga makes money by kicking a ball with his feet. You, how come your feet cannot kick and earn money? Now talking, we talk for free. But what are you talking? Can you change the talk? And you know, I tell women, we are the best. They say, if you want to do something big, tell a woman. Why a woman? Word of mouth, advertising network. It is this business. Thank you so much. And may the Lord greatly bless you. And I'm looking forward to meeting you when you get started. Thank you, Karaoke. Thank you, Pierre Rose. And Happy New Year. Happy 2025. We can do it. Thank you. I appreciate.
Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much. Please, let's give it up for Margaret AMULAVU. Isn't that firing? You know, Margaret, you've ignited the energy in us. And I can see people are like, oh, what a good way of starting the year. Thank you so much for even reassuring individuals in this call that really they can achieve whatever they want to achieve. And I can only encourage our guests. The best way to tell Margaret AMULAVU thank you or to appreciate her is by starting off the journey today, and by end of the year, You meet in some of these round destinations and you tell Margaret, you know what? I was in that meeting on 4th of January 2025, 8 p.m. and you made me to join. You showed me a reason to get started, and we'll be celebrating together. And to our members, all the superstars in this call, I shall urge you, let's use what Margaret has shared with us as a good ground for us to achieve the biggest steps this year. This is the year of step up. This is the year of massive action, and we are going to crush it. We don't have the luxury of looking back or wasting any time. We have the vehicle. Let's go for it. Thank you so much. Our guests, please turn to the person who invited you and ask them only one question. How do I get started? Start before you go to bed. Let this year be your year. God bless you so much. Thank you, Margaret, for sharing from your heart those smart tips on how we can build big businesses. God bless you. Let's be meeting the beaches of the world if you'll be there to be met. Thank you and have a lovely weekend ahead. Bye-bye.